Get in, nerds. We're playing Victoria 3. We're back. It's a new session for me. It's a Thursday, and I'm thirsty. Gotta get some water here. Okay, so, just remembering where we are. It's been a little while. Yes, Great Britain is in the midst of a civil war. Everything is chill. Do I remember what I am working on? Yes! We're going to proportional taxation, and we're nearly there. We've had some slight difficulties, if I recall correctly, but shouldn't necessarily be a problem. We still got a pretty good success or advance chance, so I'm feeling pretty good about our chances. What am I currently building? Doing some railways, doing some government admin. Yes, and I'm finishing out a railway expansion in the Metropole. And after that, we're just kind of free to build whatever we like. How's the market looking? Wine is doing okay. Coal is doing very okay. That's a lot better than it usually is. Well, we can certainly sell man-o-wars abroad. Don't need to keep too many of those. Japan needs man-o-wars. Here you go. Austria, here you go. Let's see. What else? What else? What have I got that's cheap? Quite a few things, actually. We've got a lot of clothes. Who will buy our clothes? Japan will buy them at a high price. The British Proletarian Revolt will, but we'll see how that goes. Radical date. Yeah, we'll sell clothes to all the rebellions. That should be good. Ottoman market and Spanish market, those are large as well, so that should be just fine. And we're currently already selling quite a bit of wheat. Oh, look at this. Lots of people will buy our rubber. And lots of people will buy our wheat, actually. I had no idea there were so many countries that were short on wheat. That's wild. Cool. Well, that'll be nice. That's right, we are in free trade now, right? Yes, we are. Cool. Hey, there's workplace safety going up. So hopefully that'll continue to increase our population, which is vital for our long-term survival. How is Great Britain's war going? Just invent Triton. I don't know who that is. So, British Proletarian Revolt is losing. Britain is also losing. And there's proportional taxation. Wonderful. Uh-oh. Alright, so this is a German leadership play, but this isn't a unified Germany play. Austria, you're our... Are we rivals? No. We're Midland rivals. Right? Did they rival us? I don't think they did. And Prussia, you're rivaling me, right? Yes. So I don't want you to win this. On the other hand, Austria's feeling conciliatory, but that might just be because they're in a war with Prussia right now. Austria is definitely the larger threat. So, what do we have here? They both want German leadership. I still don't really understand what this does. Maybe I'll do my own LP and center the German unification in that. We'll see about that. I've done a lot of work in Europe, though. So, this is force Prussia to renounce their ambitions to unify Germany. This is the same over here. I assume what this means is that while this is happening, you can't pull countries into you using the journal entry. Okay, so Austria also wants to subjugate Mecklenburg over here, and wants regime change in Hanover over here. Prussia, on the other hand, wants the transfer of Modena down here. I don't know why you'd want that. Wants to conquer Lübeck. and wants to transfer Liberia. Interesting. Yeah, everybody wants to have an African empire right now. I'm going to monitor this diplomatic play closely. Let's see where the other great powers go with it. I am not in the best stead with Europe right now, so I'm going to leave that. So I might leave that be. Liberal revolt in Furatoro. That's not going to affect me. Oh my goodness, I have so much cash now. Oh my, I had forgotten just how effective it is to increase taxation the way how effective proportional taxation is at increasing everything. Alright, so that's going to mean we're going to do some increases in construction. Employment is still at 1.3 million, but I don't think that's in the metropole all that much. Let me see. Some of our newly conquered territories don't... Flanders, what is going on with you? Some of our newly conquered territories don't have very large construction sectors. So we'll build some of those up. Where else do I have uneven numbers? Corsica, Munster. Oh, how could I forget Munster? So how big an expansion is that? That's 15? How could this have happened? I'm at all even numbers, right? East Switzerland. That's where I'm out of balance. And Savoy. Yes. And I put a handful over here in my African territories, so we'll increase those as well. That's 22 to 26. We'll go up to a nice even 150 by adding a couple of extra in Brittany. Alright, that should be good. Come on. And because these are construction sectors, we'll take them up to the top. Which of these countries are short on infrastructure? You were, and by a lot. So... you're going to get 6 extra levels. 2 Sicilies sides with Prussia. Can't believe I didn't have those queued up, but that's okay. Interesting. How's everyone feeling? Austria is worried. Interesting. Oh, they're in bankruptcy. You know, I'm inclined to let Prussia have this. Prussia, I think you're not doing so bad. Austria... we were allies. Improve relations with you. Great Britain was swayed to assist Austria. Interesting. My temptation to side with Prussia only increases. You consider me your rival, but I don't consider you my rival. You know, Prussia, I could be tempted with a little territory in Ireland, I'm just saying. It's what I desire most out of life right now. You have the opportunity. The means of persuasion are available to you. Regime change in Mecklenburg. That doesn't That doesn't affect me. I'm going to let this go. Unless I get a good offer, I'm going to let it go. Prussia has the maneuvers. Oh my goodness, what is this? A movement for Parliamentary Republic, supported by the armed forces and the Industrialists. Well, this is absolutely foolish, you guys. First of all, it's for a parliamentary republic and not a presidential republic. Second of all, Industrialists, you're going to get your guy into the kingdom, into the crown in not too long. Henri Bonaparte is 52 now. He's not unpopular enough to marginalize. He doesn't have a psychological affliction. He's not 75. On the other hand, if I made the Intelligentsia angry, we could do it. Oh. On the other hand, so what are the differences here? Presidential Republic gives us extra authority, which I do want. Monarchy gives us way more. It gives us a larger government ideology penalty. It reduces the legitimacy bonus from having the head of state and government, but increases the bonus from votes. Parliamentary Republic replaces it with a bonus entirely from votes. Increases government size allowance by 1, but reduces government, but reduces the authority bonus completely. And I want to keep that authority. So right now I'm going to ignore this. I feel like there are other laws I've been looking into changing. Yes, I was thinking about going to national supremacy. This will make the Intelligentsia mad. But right now, I have a good chance of doing it. And it will give me a big, solid, rad bonus. Both the Petite Bourgeoisie and the church support it, but they don't necessarily, that doesn't necessarily help me. And looking at my cultures, there are not that many. Oh my goodness. Lots of turmoil in Flanders. Oh boy, how can I get... I'm still incorporating that area, that territory. On the other hand, these consumption taxes are not as important right now, now that I have proportional taxation. I'm going to go ahead and suppress the wildness going on over here. The Flemish will continue to be accepted because Wallonian is your Francophone, your Low Countries and European heritage, which you are as well. So if we go to national supremacy, you'll be accepted as well, and so will the Dutch. Let's take a run at that. Let's see how things change. Oh, I got some extra authority. That's excellent. Do you have unemployment? Do you have an unemployment problem? No, you don't. Do I have violence problems anywhere over here? There's Low Countries. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Turmoil is quite high here as well. And you're way over in infrastructure as well. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice this. We got 3 railways under construction. That's going to give us not nearly enough. Let's put more in. I don't know how I managed to mess this up. Let's put 5 more railways under construction over here. And we'll just grab those and queue them up to the top. North German mass migration. Very good. Lost some trade routes. Let's go ahead and fix those up. So. Excellent. Alright, so the automatic machine gun enables the machine gunner's specialization for our barracks and conscription centers. That's going to be very helpful for us. We have inactive trade routes to Prussia, Great Britain, and a bunch of other countries. Hold on. Am I genuinely being embargoed by all of these people? I am. That's absolutely bananas. Well, that makes me very sad. Alright, let's scrap out these trade routes for now. We'll put them all away. We don't need them. That one's not productive. Just grab all these inactive trade routes and get rid of them. Alright. We can definitely export plenty of luxury clothes, although there are not a lot of markets that want luxury clothes, surprisingly. That's okay. What else do we have that's relatively affordable? We can sell porcelain. These markets are really mostly in Europe. You can sell... See, the things we're overproducing a lot of are basically luxury goods, a lot of them. Sell some clothes to America. This makes me sad. This makes me very sad, because we're producing so much, and yet we can't sell it. I should open some of my neighbors' markets. That seems like the right call. We got so much rubber. We got so much rubber, and no one wants to buy it. Vincent de Beaufort has retired. So who's heading up the armed forces now? You're a Bonapartist. Okay. So they've left the movement for Parliamentary Republic, which means I no longer need to pay attention to this. We're at 10% success for national supremacy. There is now a movement to preserve cultural exclusion. It's not that big, so we've got a pretty solid debate chance. We'll see how things go with that. I need to get me some opium. Where are good places to grow opium? There's some in Persia. Oh, an immediate success. Wonderful. This bodes well. The Grand War in Europe is proceeding apace, and I am staying out of it this time. I've gotten into plenty of my own wars, sitting here at the top of the grand old European food chain. I am absolutely swimming in cash, but it's nice to build up a reserve. I also don't necessarily want to be in a situation where I can't I don't want to go too far too fast in expanding my costs. Oh, there's landing craft. Oh, that's wonderful. That's a really good tech to have. I'm currently researching. That's right. I'm researching political agitation. I'm not planning on going all the way to fascism, but I am working on changing my nationhood laws. I think after this we'll go to modern naval tech, while we still have the advanced, while we still have a very strong background in, while we've still got the cash. We're going to go to the advanced naval techs, and that'll allow us to continue to keep pace with Britain, our major rivals. I think Tripolitania might be a good country to puppet. Wouldn't be too difficult at all to make them a dominion. GDP is only 1 million. The Emperor intervenes in the political process. The Emperor has taken a personal interest in the ongoing debate concerning national supremacy, and has resolved to use his royal prerogative to ensure the law passes. Henri Bonaparte seldomly intervenes directly in matters of law, relying instead on a system of delegation and personal influence for the efficient running of his realm. While legally the Emperor may exercise his royal powers at will, doing so is sure to rile up both Republicans and opponents of the law in question. The Emperor's will be done, increases enactment chance, but irritates the Petite Bourgeoisie, the Intelligentsia, and the Industrialists, or advise the Emperor against it. It would do more harm than good. I'm going to say the Emperor's will be done. Yeah, the Emperor's will be done. I can afford the Industrialists being a little angry, and I can certainly afford the Intelligentsia being angry, because if they get a little angrier, I might be able to force Henri Bonaparte to abdicate. Let's get colonizing these areas. We're continuing to race Great Britain for Central Africa. One day we'll go after the rest of that territory. Dutch mass emigration to Colorado. Well, I'm sorry to see them go, but I hope they enjoy Colorado. We are improving the situation here. But, you know how it is. How can we provide better jobs? Doing just fine on taxation capacity in Flanders. But we can always use more paper, so I'm going to build up some paper mills. I believe we've got some railways under construction. We don't. Actually pretty short on infrastructure here, so I'm going to build up some more railways as well. They'll be working on the railroad all live a long day. Oh my goodness, we have an agitator. Meanwhile, in Wallonia does not have a problem with agitation, but it does have some infrastructure shortages. We do still have some railways under construction. We do. Alright. French Low Countries has a lot of turmoil. We're short on taxation capacity. We've got a lot of peasants here. So we can solve two problems at once by building up our government admin. And we'll just build a nice even 10 levels for that. We are building up some railways. And we're going to be good on infrastructure, but let's get a little bit better on infrastructure. Queue those up to the top. So, we have an agitator. You. And you're a jingoist. Can you maybe help me pass national supremacy? Oh, I think he is. Oh, no. Well, I hope he's helping with that. See, I'm like, oh, there's an empty space. I need to conquer that. No, nope, that's a lake. A third opinion. As the debate around the national supremacy law stalls, Français de Saranova motions for a commission of experts to break the deadlock. One caucus's opinion is a token, two is a minority. Two caucuses representing the aggregated opinion of most people is still a minority, especially when those caucuses come with a lack of life or personal experience. Can the Treasury bear such an expense? This costs us a pile of cash, but we can't afford it. This will give us extra enactment chance. Put an open call out for any experts. This weakens the trade unions, ponderous processes, and increases enactment chance, or see if our universities will provide. Oh, let's do this. The universities they will definitely help. Kablam. It's 29%. Wonderful. We got the Infertile Grounds event. This guy immediately fled. This is Francis de Salanova. Finding both the French public and supposed political allies unreceptive to his ideas, frustrated, François de Salanova has decided to retire from the realm of politics, opting instead to spend the rest of his days penning embittered reflections on what could have been. I gave these bumpkins the truth, and how am I rewarded? With deafening silence. And they call Paris a city of ideas, of culture. The only evidence of cultivation I found is that in that cesspool of a city came from the fields around it, and even they were cared for poorly. Good riddance to you all, I say, sirs. Good riddance to you all. Let him peddle his ideas in peace, away from Paris. So this has him stay and makes the Petite Bourgeoisie a little stronger. Politely informing him his presence is unwanted in the French Empire. This makes the Petite Bourgeoisie a little mad and exiles him. Or the man just needs a little nudge to get him back into the game. This increases his popularity and costs a pile of cash. Let's just do this one. We'll do the first one. We'll let him be where he is. America, do you have an empire? You have one puppet, Kutai. Kutai is here. Okay, interesting. I have so many ambitions for expansion in Southeast Asia myself, but there are just... my infamy is so high, and I don't want to go so buck wild with all of this while I'm in a position where the rest of Europe is just so infuriated with me. I need to learn to dial it back. Oh, the Prussian embargo has ended. Let's see what their market needs. It needs wine. Certainly needs hardwood. Needs sugar. Cool. So let's get the trade routes. This is not a good trade route. Get rid of that. Wine is very expensive in our market. Oh boy. To plot a coup. Georges Clemenceau has grown discontent with the French government's institutions. A conspiracy is forming among the Intelligentsia to launch a coup against the government and establish a presidential republic. What did you make of George's little speech back there? It's a drastic proposal, but hard times call for great men to take charge. Will the people see it that way? They must be made to see it that way. Delightfully devilish. Adds coup to the journal, the French Empire. The coup's progress will advance by 25%. Intelligentsia gets coup attempt supported, plus 5% interest group political strength. Or keep an eye on Georges Clemenceau. Creates the entry. Advances the coup's progress to 10%. Coup attempt resisted decaying for 9 years. Minus 5% political strength. Alright, well, we'll do this one. So how does this work? The coup is currently expected to gain progress. The Intelligentsia are planning a coup against our democratic institutions, attempting to seize control of the government and install a regime more amicable to their interests. Will complete if the Intelligentsia are powerful, their approval is less than 0, and they're ready to execute a coup. They'll immediately enact presidential republic. They'll cancel enactment of national supremacy. Triggers the event coup. So, if I push them out of the government, the government will not be legitimate. And they're powerful. Interesting. This is a really interesting event chain. Okay. So this is curious. I'm just going to keep an eye on this right now and see how it progresses as time goes by. Okay, so a month turned over and it didn't increase. I was fixing up my markets. Okay, what can I sell to Prussia? Can I sell Prussia rubber? Certainly can. Can I sell Prussia wheat? Cannot. Can I sell Prussia furniture? No, but I can sell Spain and Tripolitania furniture. Interesting. Oh, Prussia no longer views us as a rival. Well, maybe this is a time to improve relations with them. What else can we sell the Prussians? Meat? No. Okay. And I know I just checked the Prussian market. They want rubber. Well, we're already selling them rubber. Okay, very good. Hardwood. They need hardwood. And what do they want to sell? Anything I need? Not really. Cool. And selling them hardwood's not going to really be productive, so we're not going to worry about that. Will fail if the coup has no progress. Intelligentsia are not part of the government. Stance on presidential republic is less than endorse. Rebellion in the Philippines. Very good. So we've gone up by 4%. What's the timeline on this? 4 percentage points, rather. Okay, went up by 5%. That was a weak turnover. Is there a place I can mouse over? Okay, so every week we're getting 1%. So what that means is I actually have quite a few weeks before this flips. If I can get lucky with national supremacy, we can just kind of deal with it. If not, I may have to back off. How can I can't get rid of you in a meaningful way. But your core stance is liberal, is what's causing the citizenship situation. So if only I could make you happier some way. Rejected amnesty request. Royal prerogative. That's very sad. If I hike the government wages... Ooh, we progressed to voting. We're nearly there. I'm going to hike government wages. That's going to make things... That's going to make my my Intelligentsia and my Petite Bourgeoisie a little happier as an interest group. It's also going to make them... make the people in those interest groups a little bit more willing to do what I want. Still notorious. So what have I got? Are any of these affecting my... Nope. Aristocratic revolt in Belungen. Not necessarily worried about that. My prestige is suffering a little bit due to my having an angry Intelligentsia. So let's see. This is another 70 days. This is only 12 weeks. If I can get there I can flip that over, and then maybe I can change something else to make the Intelligentsia happy. Or I can change something to make them unhappy, and then I can throw Henri out of the off of the throne. Charles Humbert, leader of the Petite Bourgeoisie, has been openly preaching about the benefits that a mysterious and secret political gamble can bring to our government. When asked for details, he smiles coyly and refuses to elaborate. Charles Humbert has always had a taste for adventure and suspiciously tall hats. His closest friends don't seem to pay attention to these dangerous qualities, but the most respectable gentlemen have voiced their concerns in a mildly passive-aggressive manner. Nobody would ever think a sterling citizen like myself, or would ever doubt a sterling citizen like myself, don't you think? How bad could it be? 50% chance success, 50% chance failure, or what an utterly ludicrous idea reduces his popularity. I'm going to see how the gamble works. We're going to find out. We've messed around, now we're going to find out. We'll see what comes of that. Here's another diplomatic play happening in... Oh my goodness. The war ended. The war ended. Prussia, did you win? Are you winning, son? Let's see. Gosh, I completely forgotten what these various... Okay, wait. Medina. They wanted... Someone wanted Medina. So... You're still Austria's puppet. So that means Austria won. And same thing with Liberia. Yes. Okay, so Austria won this thing. Cool. Neat. And now there's a battle in Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Oh my. A violation of sovereignty. Austria sent an ultimatum to Prussia, demanding that they join them in the Hanover versus Austria war. They refused and sided with Hanover. What do we do? Oh my goodness. The smoke coming from the fireplace is enough to stain the windows of the office with a pale smog. Now that the sunset is imminent, the street lamps are getting lit, and two men share a concerned look. The lamps are going out all over the world, and we shall not see them lit again in our lifetime. We must aid Prussia, or not our business. Interesting. So, Prussia. There's not... Hold up. The Hanover versus Austria war. So Austria... What? You're not in a war, Austria. Are you crazy? This is Parma. Just two Sicilies. This is Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Where's Hanover? Hanover's here. Hanover's not in a war. So Hanover's not aligned in... This is crazy. I don't know what's going on. This doesn't seem like my business. Anyway, the gamble. Success. A dramatic scheme in our capital has just come to fruition. Now that it's been revealed, the plot obviously had its risks and flaws, but no one can deny that it's paid off handsomely for the Petite Bourgeoisie this time. I've always known that I was destined for great things, you see. My own grandmother used to be very adamant about it. If only she was still around to see it. Alas, at least the world will see it here now, especially you, my dearest friend. I can say the nation will reap the rewards. This gives us 15% authority. Oh, that's excellent. Or the Petite Bourgeoisie will reap the rewards. 25% interest group strength. I gotta go with this authority. That's so much authority. Wonderful. I think... That's so much authority. I can do I can suppress the violence happening in Holland. How are things going in Holland? I'm doing pretty okay. Partial sites with 2 Sicilies. So if we can get lucky with this situation, I think we'll be able to outrun the coup. And then oil in Constantine. Oh, that's very good for us. And if we can outrun the coup, we can get where we want to be. Organization of Kasai. So I am going to try to transition to electric fences with these livestock ranches. Steam-powered thresher machines. This says you'll be more productive. But let's try the rice farms first and see if that's true. Doesn't seem true. What about the millet farms? It seems like we're about in the same place. Still, having more labor available is generally better. It's not going to cost that much in terms of tools and coal. Yeah, it should be fine. And then we'll do... No, see, the wheat farms, it's going to be too much. We'll leave that there for now and get more tools and coal in production. In fact, actually, tools are a great thing to build in some of these places where we've got a lot of disorder. Flanders is still got it rough in terms of infrastructure. Okay, we're almost there with Flanders. Very good. What was I checking? I don't remember. I feel like Gandalf at the crossroads in Moria. I'm pretty sure I remember this place. Come on, national supremacy. It's not common that at this point in the game I am making the laws less liberal, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, come on. Backroom dealings exposed. Prominent members of the Petite Bourgeoisie, outspoken supporters of national supremacy and close allies of Charles Humbert, oh boy, have been exposed in a corruption scandal, having exchanged political favors for personal gifts. What is the chief end of man? To get rich. In what way? Dishonestly, if we can. Honestly, if we must. So, I can say so, such is the nature of politics. This makes him unpopular and reduces enactment chance by 15%. Throw them to the wolves who must clean up this mess. Reduces enactment chance by 10% and gives us a bureaucracy penalty. Or we can derive some benefit by participating ourselves. This gives us a setback, but reduces bureaucracy by a smaller amount and reduces enactment time. I think since we're racing a coup, I might want to do this. In fact, I think I do. It's going to be okay. But, unfortunately, we have a Flemish rebellion. So where... This is just going to take Flanders. That's a shame, because I just spent a whole pile of cash building Flanders back up. With that having been said, it's not so bad. Sometimes it's nice to have a little secession movement to try and... Because it surely does reduce the number of radicals you have around, and that's something you just have to deal with. We'll see. I suspect Great Britain will try to involve themselves in our internal situation here, but I'm not really worried about that. I think Great Britain is not able to challenge us. Oh, they do finally have trench infantry, which is a shame, but they don't have the machine gun yet. So how many battalions do you have? You have 524, whereas we have 539, and then a bunch of potential conscripts. So I think we're gonna make it. I think I'm gonna not worry about that. So I'm gonna wait until that diplomatic play pops off, and then probably we'll go ahead and end the episode. I do want to try to get one more check for national supremacy and try to see if we can pass that all in one go here. We are indeed having complicated times. Yep, so this is going to pop off pretty soon. It's going to save us a little authority at least. And here we go. Fear amongst investors. With concerns about the national stability in the French Empire spreading, investors affiliated with the Industrialists have threatened to withdraw their investments from several factories in Ile-de-France. Terror could be seen throughout the streets, spreading through the passers-by like a poisonous fog. Their walks were brisk, their eyes furtive, their conversations quiet. The man in the top hat turned to his colleague, who was still gazing out the window of the restaurant. "This is no way to run a country. No country to run a business in." Appease the Industrialists by accepting an interest rate increase. The coup's progress will retreat by 10%. Oh, that's wonderful. We have a huge reserve, so that should be fine. If they were truly concerned, they would stand for the French Empire. For a year, chemical plants and paper mills get a huge throughput penalty, and the Industrialists get mad, and the coup advances. I'm going to go with this one. I can definitely tolerate a loan interest rate increase. Get back there, coup. Very cool. So, let's go ahead and grab our two main armies and put them on both sides of this situation. And then we'll see how things get going too as we go. Oh my gosh, these are the only things we have in control. I was building up so much in Flanders that we no longer have anything being built. Well, that's absolutely wild. French Low Countries are still having a little bit of a problem. Probably resulting from the high peasant population. Let's go ahead and also build up ports. I'm just going to build a ton of ports. Because I need extra convoys anyway. I've been having some convoy shortages. The enemy's enemy. The Intelligentsia's supporters and the diplomatic corps have offered to reach out to the Brazilian government for support in their bid for power, in return for certain future obligations. They say nothing gets done around here without the Brazilians giving approval. I like to think that isn't true, but if we want to ensure things proceed as planned, the man in the suit gave a slow nod to the stuttering functionary. And what of their proposal? This arrangement is acceptable for the moment. Upon the success, the coup and obligation will be owed to Brazil. The coup's progress will advance by 25%. When has Brazilian meddling ever gone well? Intelligentsia gets nationally interested for 5 years plus 10% intergroup political strength. I'm going to go with the second one, because I don't want this coup to advance, as we've already said. Cultural contributions. The debates around national supremacy have sparked discussion at the Art Academy in East Switzerland about whether artistic movements influenced by North Italian artists have a place in the French art world. In contemporary sculpture, painting, and music alike, the corrupting influence of these so-called artists can be felt. That this is taught in our schools and displayed in our museums is a slap in the face to the French soul. For the feelings and values of our people to be protected from North Italian filth, it must be purged. Oh boy, that's extreme. But we are deliberalizing the citizenship law, so that's to be expected. It is distinctly un-French. This gives us banned degenerate art, which reduces the Arts Academy throughput, and it makes 10% of North Italian middle stratum pops more radical, but it gives us 15% enactment chance. Or, their work is part of our artistic legacy. This reduces enactment chance by 15%. I'm going to go with the first one, because I want to get this enacted. I'm just trying to keep my authority up. I feel like that rejected... Can I look at that rejected amnesty request situation anywhere? No. Seems like no. Seems as though I cannot. It also doesn't seem like anyone is interested in participating in this war. Russia sided with Bavaria against Austria. That's an interesting turn of events. They wanted to puppet Bavaria. That's very silly. I might just side with them just for funsies. The coup is currently expected to gain progress. That's very funny. So there's a lot going on right now, but unfortunately, we have to put a pin in it here because we're in the middle of 1896. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you all on the other side.